welcome back to Authentically Vaughn. I'm Casey.
I'm Lexi, and if you're new to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're super excited for you to be here watching this video.
Also, apparently we're twins today. I guess I just want to look like my best friend.
I like to crimp Casey's hair, and it's pretty.
It's always kind of
crazy.
crazy.
We went to Starbucks, and the lady was like, "Are you sisters?" And we were like,
I'm like, shut up.
I'm like, no. But
I wish.
like, yeah, kind of.
Basically.
So we kind of freaked out.
Happy November, everyone. It's kind of crazy that we're already in November. This year has been...
It's been long but short, but like, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, we were sitting in a coffee shop today, and I remember I had this weird flashback moment that literally shot me back to January 2020, where we were sitting there saying, like, we were dream boarding the year. We were like, this is gonna be our year. We were manifesting.
We're like, nothing is going to stop us from just having the best year ever.
Yeah, no. And not like it's been a really horrible year, but you know.
Obviously, there's been a lot that's happened, and we would have just never been prepared for that.
But a lot of good things happened this year, so we're not trying to say that.
We're thankful
We're
to be here in November.
In November, thankful.
I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like, this is cliche, but it's like the start of a new month. You're just like,
anything could happen.
I'm a new person. Okay, so in one of our past videos, me and Casey talked about unhealthy friendships, but today we were like, how about let's spin that and talk about healthy relationships and what we look for in a significant other.
And like what's important, not necessarily like he needs to be tall, he needs to be athletic. Like, no, we're talking about what's important to us and why. And not necessarily just us, but like things that we think everyone deserves. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, so unfortunately, Casey and I both have been in relationships in the past where we felt like there were a lot of toxic elements involved. So that was either emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically, and we both have had, we've experienced different things, but again, like, we can relate to each other on a lot of different things. But I think that, like, the important part that we have to remember is, like, a lot of those things have shaped who we are now and what we know. Like, we are very rooted in what we know and what we want in a person that we're dating. So I think that even though those things were hard to go through in the time, but now it's made us stronger, and here we are.
And we will talk about all of those things more in different episodes, but right now we just want to talk about what we think's important when you're heading into a relationship.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the holidays, cuffing season, one might say. Sweater weather, cozy up. It's just that time of year.
It just is what it is.
And I think we just need to embrace that it's the time of year. You know?
So Casey, what's the main thing that you look for in a relationship? Like, what's just like the blatantly obvious?
For me, I would say mutual respect is probably the biggest thing for me. I think that if you don't respect the person you're with, you should not be with them. And if you don't feel respected by the person you're with, you deserve better. And that, I'm like, bye. If you don't respect me,
don't let the door hit you.
Yeah. Let it hit you on the way out.
Right.
Like, I think it's important to respect the other person, like their boundaries, what they believe in, respect them as a human being, respect what they're passionate about, just respect them. And I think if you don't feel respected, there's nothing worse than that. You just kind of feel worthless and that you don't matter, and what you care about doesn't matter. And I personally think mutual respect is probably the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Or one of the biggest things, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, I would say that probably for me a big thing is just like being made a priority. Like, you want to be sure that this person is making you feel like you're the best thing in their life.
I'm like,
I feel like I've definitely experienced in the past, like, oh my gosh, like, I think I care more than the other person, or am I being too clingy, or
do I like them more than they like me?
It's just like, but like, you should know, like, you can just, when the person's right, you're gonna feel like nothing else okay, obviously other things matter, but like, your relationship is one of the most important things to them and yourself. So it's also that mutual prioritization. And
you just want to feel special. Like, you want to see that person and just be like, this person's awesome. You just want to feel special by the person you're with. And I think that's a good point, too. What else? What else is there?
Let's talk about loyalty.
I feel like, unfortunately, like, we shouldn't even have to.
Unfortunately, we're having to address it. It's stupid.
Loyalty, it should just be a given, you'd think. But honestly, like, loyalty is
That's all I have to
That's
say about
that. Just
like,
loyal.
literally, yeah.
Another thing that we kind of were talking about is it's really, really, really awesome when you're with someone that's passionate about things that you're passionate about, or at least care about things you care about. Because I've been in a situation, and I know Lexi has, where we've been in relationships where we feel super passionately about something, and the person we're with doesn't really care, and when you talk about it, it just doesn't seem like they care or that they want to engage, and that sucks a lot.
And I feel like that's something you kind of need to talk about at the beginning, because I have, like, in my own experience, I feel like it was like things that I'm passionate about and that the other person was passionate about, like, that kind of came out later on, and it was like conflicting, and that's like ultimately what just severed the relationship. But like, just finding things out early and just getting to know that person, making sure before you make that commitment to each other that you're on the same page with everything.
And it's not like I'm so passionate about sports, I love sports, and the person you're with is like, nah, sports are okay. Like, that's like, okay.
I'm like, you need to get on this train or bye.
I'm like, bye. No, it's like big thing. Like, I love dogs, okay? So if you're a cat person, bye. This is gonna work. All in all, I just think it's really important that when you're looking for a significant other or with a significant other or whatever, you feel respected, important.
And you don't take like, simple as that. And it's a lot easier said than done. I think that we've both been guilty of, like, you focus on a lot of the things that are so great, but then there's like those underlying things that just like surface later on. And ultimately it's just like not healthy. So if you can like really like know what you want up front and zero in on that, I think is a tip that I would honestly tell my younger self.
Yeah. And I would tell my younger self to also, kind of what Lexi said, don't let one really good thing outweigh 50 red or orange flags. Like, it's not worth it in the
yellow,
end. Even yellow. Like,
it's pushing it.
It's pushing it, and it's okay to get to know someone, take some time, but if you are clinging on to one thing that happened maybe one time for 100 things that bother you each day, like, that's just not worth it.
No.
And if you're going through a breakup or starting to talk to someone or dating someone and, you know, need some song requests, we have quite the extensive playlist for every mood, because we have experienced every mood you might be thinking of.
Have a great day.
Thanks,
Happy
guys.
November.